Okay, so what is the opposite of love? How many of you are saying hate right now? And it's not. Hate and love are really two sides of the same coin. Kind of like light and darkness. One is the absence of the other, but the opposite of love is selfishness. Love at its core has to be giving. You have to be able to give love for it to be love. Love gives to give, not gives to get. And love is never selfish. Selfishness is the opposite of love. So what drives out selfishness? Giving. So, but in order to give, I love women. Mother's Day is coming up here, and we know what it means to give birth. As we give birth, that brings forth life. And boy, do we ever love that new life, because we've worked so hard to give life and to bring that life into the world. And we love it, that life so much, boy, we are willing to sacrifice like crazy for that new life. That's love. Love gives. So in order to give to that extent, there's certain attitudes of our heart that we've got to deal with. And you can see people who have like a narcissistic personality that are very, very self-centered. They don't know how to do this. So they're never able to successfully have a very well-bonded, loving relationship because they haven't dealt with these issues of the heart. So first you learn to give. That is first. And then love is an extension of that. So first you give, and you give generously. You deal with that selfish heart to give generously. You give out of a grateful heart. You're so grateful for the opportunity to be in relationship. You are so grateful for what you have to give. But you don't mind sharing this because you know that you're not your own anyway. That God bought you with the price. God created you, and you've given yourself back to Him. So it's easier to give yourself to others because you've dealt with that attitude of selfishness. And so giving with that grateful heart is just an extension of what God's already done for you, and you're giving out of a grateful heart. Okay, so then after you give, you got to deal with that grieving heart, because sometimes once you give, you think, oh no, what did I just do? I just took these vows and I gave my life away, and then fear and panic will set in. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. So go through that grieving process of dying to yourself, which is exactly what you're going to have to do to experience love at its fullest. So go ahead and sacrifice. Go ahead and grieve that until you can really accept that at its core, love gives, and love gives sacrificially. All day, every day. Sometimes you feel like it, but most of the time you don't. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but once you get the hang of it, you're glad you did, because we're all hardwired for love and connection. You need that love and connection. So even though it might not be instinctive for you to give, and it's more instinctive for you to be selfish, you know what? Just die to yourself and just sacrifice, because you'll be so glad you did. So you guys remember, give, love, okay? God bless you. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me on Facebook Live. I love this Facebook community. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.